Hi, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all doing well. This video is a layout tour. The last two videos I posted have done very well. I've had lots of new subscribers. So this video is aimed at them. I've had lots of questions regarding the layout, where it is, the size, etc, etc. So hope this video gives you a better insight to the layout. The layout itself is in the loft. As you can see, it goes all the way around the room. It's roughly 12 foot square. There's the loft hatch which goes out into the second bedroom. Nice photo there, or print, a couple of Deltics that I bought from James Green. I'll put a link in the description if you're. So we'll start off where the layout started. The aqueduct bridge there I built in the garage. That's made out of CLS timber plywood covered in gas clay, and then I got one of those brick rollers which I just rolled across to create the brick effect. I don't know if you can see it there, but I've done an inscription there when it was built, 2019. So that's when the layout started in the garage. So I built the layout about around that. You see the class 24 going past there. And I wanted to do a little lake scene, river scene beneath it. And if you look closely, I don't know if you can see them, there's a chap on eBay 3D printing corner. I asked him to print me some fish in the shape of a carp, and I painted them. Got a little fisherman there. So I designed the layout around that. If you come around to this corner here, this is just a scene I created with somebody cutting down some trees. Plastic kit I built to build the house, and if you look, I've done a garden pond there, and then you can see some more of them fish a bit better, and obviously the shed. All the trees that you see on the layout are mainly bought from a model shop in Northampton. They come in a white box. You get about 20 to the box. Not only you can use them as trees, but you can use them as bushes if you just break them up a bit. And there was about £30 a box. So it was a model shop in Northampton. Do mail order if you're interested, then just give me an email or give me a ring. Just ask for the trees in the white box and take it from there. This corner here, I did another scene, a video I did not so long ago, about 12 months ago. It's a chap called DJ Audits. He's got a YouTube channel, and he goes around doing auditing, and there you can see I did a scratch built bike that he rides, electric bike, and I did a scene where he goes around this corner, takes his drone up, whatever, does a bit of commentary. Nice little cameo. So we come round to these scenes. All these kits that you see now are all Metcalf kits. I customised, put my own status on them, the signs. I've had lights here and there. These boards at the back, again, I made in the garage. I've done them on a board, 15mm plywood, and I made them up all in the garage and brought them up here as a module. You can see there's a join there between the bus and the tanker. There's 4 boards in total along this back wall. It's a lot easier to do them in the garage and bring them up here, and then to cover the difference in the height I just use that brick wall all the way along. So all the shops that you see along here are all sort of shops related to in and around West Bromwich, where I was born. Now the name Charlemont Parkway, I've had a few questions of why it's called Charlemont Parkway. I was born in an area of West Bromwich called Charlemont Parkway. So Charlemont Parkway didn't have a ring to it as a railway, so I called it Charlemont Parkway. Now I've had a few comments saying, well, there's no big car park, whatever, to be called a parkway, and I just replied, it's just a model layout, you know, just take a chill pill, and it has a better ring than Charlemont Station, so that's why I call it Charlemont Parkway. It just has that ring to it. You can see West Bromwich Building Society, Bell and Jones, that used to be in the Sandwell precinct. Crown and Anchor, there used to be a pub on the corner. The die-cast vehicles here I bought off eBay with the flashing lights already pre-fitted. Again, I've just done a little cameo scene for the pub. Moving along, again Teddy Gray's, that was a shop in Wednesbury, did sweets, visited that regularly on a Sunday. Pretty Petals, Bertie's Fish and Chips. Now Bertie's the name of our cat, so I just use that. As you can see, with all the shops I've done an interior to make them stand out. So you can see in the chip shop there, people standing in behind the counter. It's the same with Domino's there. Yeah, so all these are Metcalf kits. Those market stalls on the side there, I scratch built those, as well as the fruit. The calf there, that's based on a calf. My second job in 1984 was at a company called Sharp's Bedrooms, which was based in Bloxwich, Walsall. Over the road was a calf called Roger's Calf, later called Penguin Calf. So that was just in honour to going in that calf very regularly. So I come along here to Guest Motors, Ford Place, Carter's Green, West Bromwich. Again, I've done a little cameo scene inside. Showroom. The for sale boards and all the prices, I scaled them down and printed them up in Photoshop. Peplo's, that was another motorbike dealer. Again, a few motorbikes on the front. Now all the figures here you'll probably see have all been hand painted by Sue Matthews. Sue Paints Miniatures, you'll find her on eBay. What I tend to do is buy them from Scale 3D, send her the figures, and she painted them for me. Done a fantastic job. So everywhere you look on the layout, there's a scene. I didn't want it to look boring all the way around with just trees and grass and whatever. So yeah, everywhere there's a scene. So I've just come over on the bridge here. Just a few houses on the back there. And before we get to the station, I just want to show you that back lane again. Again, that was made on a board in the garage. Put all the greenery, put the vehicles on. It's a lot easier to do, as I say, and then I just board it up and slid it over. So if you come round here, like in my last video, this was highlighted, the hearse, scratch built by me, and for a corner filler I just added this church, as if there's a funeral going on. That was painted by Dan Everson, and the headstones is all scratch built by me. And then you come round to where the bus is and the single box. So coming along here now, level crossing. That truck there, again 3D printed, that's been highlighted in one of my videos before. I'll show a picture on the screen now of what it looked like when I got it. Again, I sent that away, and Dan Everson painted that for me. It's very, very brittle, so that is never going to move. But he's done a fantastic job in painting that. So if you have anything you got painting, give Dan a email. So you come along to the top of the bridge. So if you come to the station itself, again the station is all scratch built. 95% of my locos are weathered by Scott, the weathering works I mentioned before. Station has lights, again a Metcalf kit. I've just added a few pieces on there which I've scaled down again in Photoshop. Here's the busker as you've seen in my last video. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Put a link in the description for that one. So if you come along here, postie delivering his stuff there. Somebody's getting the ticket. And we come back that corner. So as you come around to this section, got a girder bridge which I bought off eBay. MDF kit. Just put it together and I get a coat of paint to look like an iron bridge. There you can see the inscription, hopefully, on the wall where it says 2019. So this is the heritage line now, just a double track. As we pan round here, beneath the station is some more shops. These are just printed and stuck on cardboard. It's various shops. Station entrance through there with the turnstiles. The canal is made resin, the same as the lake. And I've just added some people walking up and down the towpath. Lady there walking a dog. Chap there fishing. Few ducks on the water and some reeds sticking up. Another chap there fishing. Come round to the barge. A bike on the top. The chap sitting on the edge with his dog, feeding the ducks. And it goes into that tunnel up there. So as we come round to the heritage line itself, station. This here was made from bits and pieces from the scraps box. A bit of imagination to stuck them all together. A tea shop, cake shop, added interior lights, a bit of a scene inside the shops. Don't know whether you can see inside the shops there. And a few people outside. As we come round to the station itself, a couple of platforms. Again painted figures by Sue. Lights fitted. We're into the station. Probably see down there. A few more bits of interest here, an ice cream van. Again, I'll put a link in the description. I did a video on that, how I did that. Just cut the glass out. Take it to pieces, cut the glass out, add a figure. Just add a bit of interest to the van rather than just sitting there. Bit of a battered Maestro as they were back in the days. New wing on there, bit of rust. BSM. That's who I took my driving lessons with back in 1983. A bit of a wedding scene here. So as you come around to this little corner here, Just had a few workmen there, just messing about. Some sleepers. And some workmen there, just messing in the bin. So as you come round to this side here, you've got the heritage line door track and you've got the main line door track. As you come round to this corner here, just another corner pillar, just had a bit of a farm scene. A few cows there. Cat on the bin. As you come round to this, you've got a bird box on the side. And he's there putting up another bird box. Woman hanging out the washing. The dog's running around the garden. Little kid there being a nuisance. And the cat there on the fence. So it just has a bit of interest to this corner rather than just having it just greenery. And this bit here, another continuation of the farm with some sheep. And there you go, back down to the lake where we started. So the rest of the room, cars in displays. Sort of Regis there, friend of mine growing up, used to play for West Bromwich Albion, sadly no longer with us, but quite proud to have his picture on my wall even though I'm not a West Brom fan. A few more cars from the 80s. That one there, I used to have an Astra GT exactly the same as that, the black one. And what I've done there, put my own registration, which B771 NEA. Looking online, I think that car's been scrapped many years ago. So we'll come round here, got a Frank Bruno boxing glove, signed. Corby Chilled, another company I work for, late 90s. Class 50 L gauge. And just a few more cars from Royal Mail diecast. Now this tractor unit and trailer, the trailer I scratch built myself. This is 1/24 scale, measures about 30 inches long, give or take. Again, more figures painted by Dan. Excuse the glare. And the tractor unit, which I converted to right hand drive. The kids come in left hand drive, I converted to right. And then we move around here. And the signed boxing glove, Mike Tyson. So there's a class 24s going around the back there. Got a few more die casts down here. More 70s and 80s icons. Sarah Cosworth, XR2. And Mark 1 Escort. And a few more down there. So that's the system I use, the gauge match of prosody. And all my trains are kept in these type of container boxes. Deltic's in there, 37. So just keep taking them in and out of the box. So there you go, all the storage is still underneath in the loft. It's all boarded out, as I said. Insulated on the floor, insulated in the roof. Had a builder come and do this. Plastered all the ceiling for me. I say it's all insulated beneath that. Capella, that's a full size replica nameplate. Weighs a ton. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the layout too. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments box. I'll be glad to answer them. Yeah, a few more die cast under there. Just move the chair out of the way. That's an L gauge, class 55. Trainer battery driven on a Deltic Driving Experience Day. Again, I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in watching that. Well worth the money if you want to go and do it. There you go. Chopper bikes, I had a red one growing up in the 70s. So a few more Formula 1 cars and a few more 80s icons down there. Yeah, so hope you like the tour. And there we go, just one more pan around to give you a better view what it looks like. So yeah, I'll leave it there and we'll get some trains running.